Hey everybody, it's me, Undead Viking. I want to take a few minutes out of your day to talk to you about this game. It's called D6 Shooter. D6 Shooter is a new game from Epic Scale Games and the designer Rob Nicola. And you may remember I did a review of his game Pixel Guardians, which was a game that my daughter was a big fan of, and so was I. And here's another game, and this is a dice game. It's a Press Your Luck dice game, and I love those types of games, so I was really excited to give this one a shot. And I've really enjoyed it, and so has my family. We've had a lot of fun with this one. So let me show you how to play D6 Shooter. If you're familiar with the Press Your Luck genre of games, I think you're going to understand this one pretty quickly. And plus, if you played any like dice games as well, this is going to be right up your alley. So I'll show you how to play, and then we'll come back here and I'll tell you exactly what I think of this one. Alright, cool. Well, here we have D6 Shooter, and I've gone ahead and set up the game already. I'm going to take a few moments here to show you how to play, and this shouldn't take too long. It is a pretty straightforward game, but it has a wonderfully deep press your luck mechanism that I greatly enjoy. So, to begin the game, you'll set out all 6 of the dice. You'll set up the general store. You'll put this card down. You'll deal out 3 cards as you buy items from the general store. Say like somebody buys the Night Watch, you would then take another card and place it in that location. So to keep the general store replenished, and so you can keep those items going. If the cards get used up, obviously you discard them, and if you ever run out of cards at the general store, you'll shuffle them all together, the discard pile, and then set up more cards, obviously. This giant deck here is the action deck. It has a bunch of events in it and a bunch of bandits in it. And the bandits are what you want to capture, and the events can either be something good or something bad, and maybe something good, maybe something bad, because they'll give you like a test that you have to try to succeed at. Just to show you a bandit is like this guy here. It doesn't have a name, but obviously he's a pretty smiley, roguish, good-looking fellow. He's worth 2 reputation points, and reputation points I'll explain in just a moment, and he's worth $400. And so you can use them for the reputation, or you can use them for the money. You don't actually get... There's no money like chips or anything like that. You don't gain the money. You turn in the card. So if you wanted to buy something, like if you want to buy this falsely accused card, it's $200. You could turn him in to get it. Obviously, then you wouldn't get any return. There's no change, if you will. But that's how you use the cards. But if you want to hold on to the reputation is how you win the game. You start off, as you can see, as a bounty hunter, and down here at the bottom, there's no special powers. But as a bounty hunter, you earn 6 rep points to be promoted to deputy. And so when you promote deputy, you flip the card over, and now you get to reroll on skull, and I'll show that in just a moment here. Then you earn 8 rep points to be promoted to sheriff, and so then you can hear, you see sheriff, and then it says earn 10 rep points, and you can reroll 2 skulls, but earn 10 rep points to be promoted to marshal, and then you flip it over, and it's marshal, and then you win. So the first person to become the marshal is going to win the game. Alright, so there you go. You start off as a bounty hunter. And what you're going to do on your turn is you're going to take the top card on the deck, and you're going to flip it over, and you're going to go ahead and see what you got here. And so here we got this gentleman. He is worth $500 if we capture him. And there's all these symbols down here. He's got 3 diamonds, a heart, and a club. And he's worth 2 reputation points. So what you're going to do is you're going to take all 6 of these dice, and you're going to be trying to roll that combination so you can capture him. And you get 3 rolls. So whatever you roll, then you re-roll and you re-roll. So pretty standard with dice rolling, the kind of the Yahtzee mechanic, if you will. But you're going to go ahead and roll these. Let's see what I get here. Well, that's actually really, really poor, because I rolled 3 skulls. And so skulls can't be re-rolled. Once they're rolled, they're done, and those dice are locked and they're out. Unless you have some ability that allows you to re-roll those skulls, which is how like the sheriff and the deputy work. But in this situation, it's impossible for me to get him because I did not get the 5 that I needed. But I will show you, there is this side of the die as well. These are jokers, and they literally are like a joker's wild, and they can be used for anything. So in this situation, if I had rolled that heart and those 2 diamonds, 2 jokers, and I had gotten a club and a diamond and this skull, I would have taken that skull and I would put it aside because I can't use it anymore. And I have a heart, a club, a diamond, and then I use these 2 jokers as the diamonds. And so then I would take this and I would like kind of turn them to the side like that to show that I had captured him, and then we're going to go ahead and, like, I have a choice now. I could either stop, and then I could take my criminal here and go ahead and put him in my jail, which just means put him in front of him until such time that I spend him. Or what I could do is I could push my luck and I could draw the next card off the top of the deck. And so now I have this guy, and he's much easier to capture. He's only got a heart and a club. 1 reputation, he's worth $200. And so take the remaining dice that I have, not that without that 1 skull. We're going to roll and see what we get here. Well, actually, this is a much better roll. And then I got both the heart and the club that I needed to get him. And so then I claim him as well. And so I'm pretty happy about that. And now I have a decision to make. Do I want to keep pressing my luck? So I'm like, well, I still got 5 dice left. Let's press my luck. Let's see what happens. And then we turn this over, and of course something bad happens. We've escaped. Your bandits escaped. Discard all bandits from the play area. So in this situation, I would lose these 2. My turn immediately ends, and I pushed my luck where I shouldn't have. I would have had 3 reputation points, but I wanted to take a gamble, and I wanted to try and do it. And so you take all these, and you put them in the discard pile like so, and then you turn the dice over to the next player. Now, let's say, for example, I had this guy in my jail, and I had this one right there. So I've captured him, and this card's over here. And then I push my luck, and I turn this card over, and I did this on purpose. Here's a jailbreak card, and it says your bandits escaped. Discard all bandits in your jail. Now your turn ends with this one as well. But what happens is you lose this guy, and he goes to the jail, but you get to keep this one because you already captured him. You get to your jail, and basically the door is wide open, or the bars have been busted open in the window, and well, you get to keep this guy because he's technically not in your jail until you decide to end your turn. You do lose everybody that's in your jail in that situation. Now, let me just see if I can find one here. There are other types of events where, pan for gold, where you'd roll the dice, and you try to get the 3 diamonds. And let's see what I get here. I get a couple of skulls, 1 diamond. Let's see if I get lucky here. Joker. And I get 3 rolls, and I didn't get it. And that's actually kind of interesting. So if you do the 3 rolls and you don't get it, your turn's done. And anybody that you captured, you get to keep, and anybody that you didn't would be discarded. But so if I'd rolled the 3 diamonds, you can choose any one shop card, penning for gold, or like here, the stop a bar brawl, 3 hearts, choose any one shop card. So there's other events out there that allow you to do things where you can take these, earn those cards for completing a quest, so to speak. So. Then, as I said, the play just continues turning around as you gain levels. Like if you're a sheriff, these 2 skulls, you could then re-roll 2 skulls, during your turn. So you could re-roll those with that ability. There's also things in the general store that allow you to break the rules as well. And it's just like a lot of games, like here's Reload. Reloads all skulls previously rolled. So that's a pretty good item. It has shackles, can be placed across 1 or 2 bandits to protect them from a jailbreak or dynamite. Obviously pretty good. And here we have this round. Defeats any bandit and ends your turn. So there's cool little cards like that you can do. Oh, I like this one too. The horse. Stops an escape and ends your turn. So like if you turn that card over to escape, you could then play your horse card or horseback card, and then it still ends your turn, but it means that you don't lose the guys that you are in the play area like so. But the play just continues until one person is able to finally earn enough reputation to become the marshal, and once they become the marshal, they win the game of D6 Shooter. So, as I said, I'm a big fan of Press Your Luck games. I always enjoy that, mostly because of the interaction and the attention that everybody has as you're playing the game. But I'll talk more about that in my conclusion. I don't know if this is done intentionally or not, but the Joker side of these dice, the Joker picture there, looks exactly, if my memory is correct, exactly like the old Joker that was on the old Joker's Wild game show, when they go, Joker, Joker, okay, you know what I'm talking about. Well, maybe you don't. But that was a fantastic game show. And when we played this, my buddy Craig and I, we couldn't help but yell out that Joker, 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 whatever, whenever we rolled Jokers. But regardless, that's neither here nor there. So, I already said that I like the game. I knew I was going to like it. I like Press Your Luck games. I like the whole idea of, you know, is it worth it for me to gamble these 3 or 4 points that I've earned right now to the chance that I can get even more? I mean, I like the fact that, like, it's very well balanced. At the beginning, to gain a level, it's only like 6 points, and so that's relatively easy to get. But then when you move up to getting 8, well, then you get that chance to reroll a skull as a deputy, and then 10 as a sheriff. You get 2 skull rerolls. So I like that aspect. I really like the fact that, like, the cards that you buy in the general store are very, very powerful, and I don't think you can really... I suppose you could win the game without ever buying anything in the general store. But for the most part, I think there's a lot of too many good things in there for you to purchase, for you to really ignore it, if you will. You know, the thing is that I always loved the idea that, like, yeah, I can buy that in, but I'm actually using victory points to buy it, and you're using those reputation points. But it's kind of like an investment for later. So yeah, I'm gonna use up these, you know, 3 reputation points, but I'm going to get this card that theoretically will be worth more, ostensibly, than 3 points here in the near future. And I like that decision, and then that adds to it. I mean, the whole process is just the fact that, like, everybody is focused on the table, everybody's watching the die roll, and everybody's, like, looking forward to seeing that next card flip over, and whether or not it's, like, a bandit, or whether it's an escape, or what have you. And that's why I really enjoy these games, especially as a family. I enjoy watching my daughter get excited when she sees the card, and, like, you know, cheering against me when I turn over an escape, and laughing at me and my misfortune, or, like, you know, she's like, oh, you know, whatever happens to her and stuff like that. And it's one of those things where as an interaction thing, or an interaction value that I have with my daughter, it's, you know, she does draw from me and from my wife and from other people as she watches us play the games. And yes, there's a little bit of a copying going on, but I enjoy the fact that, like, it's kind of like she puts her own spin on it, and you can just see the gears clicking in her head, and she tunes into that excitement and tunes into that tension at the table, and it's one of those things as a father that I've enjoyed a great deal. Now, apart from my family, this is definitely just a game that is right up the alleyway of my gaming group. We're a big fan of these quick little games that we can play. We played this actually today when I was waiting for other people to show up for our Dungeons and Dragons session. We were, well, let's play this for a while as we waited for, like, the last couple guys to show up. And it is a game that, like, yes, you don't have to pay super close attention to play, but it's an interaction game. It's a laid back, having a conversation, and also playing a game type of game. And it's one of those games that you will have on your shelf, and you will play it, and then you'll put it back on there, and then, like, 2 or 3 weeks later, you'll notice that it's still sitting there, and you'll throw it in your game bag so you can play it at lunch when you're at work, or when you're going to your local game store and you need that filler to ramp up to play the big game, or, you know, there's a cool down, you know, after you just got done playing your big game, and you still want to play, like, one more game, you know, before you head home, and just to, you know, BS with your buddies and have fun. So this game does exactly what it's supposed to do. It is supposed to entertain. It is supposed to cause like the tension of the push your luck. It's supposed to make you make tough decisions, and most of all, it's supposed to let you have fun. And it does all of those things in as well as any game of a genre that I've ever played. And I'm really glad for the theme, mostly. I mean, just because I don't have a press your luck Western theme, and sometimes I have theme game nights, and this is a welcome addition too, when we have our, like, you know, Wild West theme nights as well. So if you have any questions about D6 Shooter, please ask them. I'll answer those to the best of my ability. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And until next time, I'm the Undead Viking, and I'm telling you to have yourself one heck of an awesome day. Alright, bye-bye.